Be reported to the floor. Senator Kennedy. Senator Kennedy.
Mr. Chairman, I think this is the first time we have met as a committee since Senator Durbin announced that he wasn't going to run for re-election. And I wanted to acknowledge that and thank him for his years of service. I know it was a difficult decision.
Thanks, Senator.
I haven't said anything about it, but I did tweet on the subjects. I refer you to that.
Well, tweeting is better.
He's so with it.
He is. He's what cool looks like.
Senator.
Welcome back, Patriots. You're watching the Liberty Ledger, the place where common sense is still common, and we call it like we see it. Today, we're reacting to a clip from the Senate Judiciary Committee. And let me tell you, this one had me laughing and cringing at the same time. The video? It's titled Laughter Breaks Out as Ted Cruz, John Kennedy pay respects to retiring Dick Durbin. And it's got a room full of senators getting sentimental about Dick Durbin. Yeah, that Dick Durbin. Now look, I've got a lot of respect for Senator John Kennedy's sharp guy. Plain talker, and I get it. He was trying to be lighthearted. He says Durbin's cool for tweeting. I mean, come on, since when did hitting send on a social media app make you the second coming of James Dean? But sure, it was all in good fun. Then Senator Mike Lee chimes in, says Durbin was one of the first to befriend him when he joined the committee, talks about bipartisan legislation. I get that. We can disagree politically and still be civil. That's fine.
Senator Lee.
I also just wanted to chime in. I've really enjoyed working with Senator Durbin, and we'll miss him. He was one of the first people who befriended me when I joined the committee 14 years ago. We've worked on a lot of legislation together and passed some good things, and appreciate your service. Thank you.
Senator Cruz.
Well, Mr. Chairman, to join this parade while Senator Kennedy chose to speak about Senator Durbin and Chairman Grassley chose to tweet about Senator Durbin, I did a podcast about Senator Durbin. And I apologized to him yesterday on the floor because I actually sang his praises in the podcast, which I'm sure will be used as ammunition for political attacks for his remaining tenure in the Senate. But he is a remarkably talented lawyer, and he and I have disagreed on many issues, but he is a formidable adversary. And as I said on the podcast, he sounds quite reasonable at times, even when he is not. And so that's a compliment of sorts. And Dick, we will miss you.
Thank you.
Senator Cruz, you're never in danger of that happening to you.
You going to say something about?
You want to speak?
Are you going to say something about the Martin?
Well, I said it all on Twitter.
No. We're talking about the Martin.
What?
You could read us your tweet.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess this is something I neglected to say after. This isn't about his retirement. This is about a subject he brought up when he opened his comments. I'm going to wait until we get D.C. U.S. Attorney put on the agenda. In the meantime, we've had people on our staff that had more questions and I think wanted to meet personally. And then also, I see from your statement, you've gone through all 500 questions that you've read through. I haven't done that yet, so we'll wait until we put it on the agenda. And another reason I didn't say anything is I thought our staff said work this out ahead of time, but I'm willing to state publicly what I think was worked out at that particular time. And I thank you for not bringing up the vote for the hearing yet.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah. Okay. Meeting adjourned.
But here's where it gets weird. Senator Cruz, our guy, even he admitted to praising Dick Durbin in his podcast. And he joked that it'll probably be used against him. He's probably right. And I gotta ask, why are we doing this? Why are we giving Durbin a bipartisan send-off like he's George Washington riding into the sunset? This is the same Dick Durbin who pushed for open border policies that put American security at risk, voted against Supreme Court nominees who would defend the Constitution, supported every radical piece of legislation the far left could dream up, tried to label law-abiding Americans as extremists just for supporting the Second Amendment or questioning federal overreach. Yeah, real cool guy. Look, I'm all for being decent, but this felt more like a retirement party for a swamp creature who's been part of the problem for decades. And everyone's laughing and joking like we're at a country club banquet. They spend more time joking about how they honored him with tweets, podcasts, or speeches than actually addressing the real problems facing Americans. Inflation's out of control. Our southern border is wide open. Government agencies are weaponized against everyday citizens. And the DOJ has turned a blind eye to real crime while targeting political dissent. But let's pause everything and give a standing ovation to a retiring Democrat career politician. I don't want to be harsh, but folks, this is exactly why Americans are fed up with the political class both parties. It's like Washington exists in its own little echo chamber. They slap each other on the back while the rest of us struggle to pay for groceries or protect our kids from woke ideology in schools. Now, I'll give credit where it's due. Cruz did call Durbin a formidable adversary. And that's true. Durbin knows how to play the long game. But make no mistake, he's been playing for the left. And that long game has left a long trail of broken policy and broken trust. So, let's not get distracted by the laughter and the pleasantries. Let's remember the record. Let's remember that politics isn't a club, it's supposed to be public service. And when you serve the public, you're accountable to us, the people, not just your Senate buddies. So to Dick Durbin, enjoy your retirement. But don't expect a round of applause from the heartland. We've got a country to fix. And we don't have time to romanticize politicians who stood in the way of that. If you agree, hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Should Republicans be this chummy with folks like Durbin, or should they be holding the line and reminding America why we fight? Let me know. Stay free, stay bold, and stay in the fight.